Did you know that context makes you smarter? Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. Wherever you happen to be watching, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Are you ready? Let's get started. This is part of an ongoing series of ideas from my newest book, Flexible Leadership, Navigate Uncertainty and Lead with Confidence. More about that at the end. But here's the question for you. Would you like to be smarter? I would. I have a magical way to help you be smarter. Are you ready? Consider context. Here's what I mean. Have you ever made a decision and then got some new information later that would have led you to a different determination? Have you ever looked at someone's behavior and wondered why they did what they did, but later with new information it made more sense? Well, what's the commonality here? Well, new information, new perspectives gives you greater or new or more complete context. So if we want to get smarter, and I do, and if we know that context can help us, the question is, how do we find or understand the context of a situation better? I have 3 ways to help you do that. Number 1, ask people for their perspective. You don't have to agree or see what they see, but it needs to be part of your calculus if you want a better sense of context. Otherwise, we're blinded, seeing what we see, and we move forward without thinking about anything else. There's almost always another perspective. Getting that other perspective gives us more context, might lead us to doing something different, making us smarter. Next, it depends. Have you ever thought about something and were thinking about what you should do next, or had someone ask you your advice on something and you said, well, it depends? Well, whatever follows after it depends is context. It's more information that helps you understand the groundwork, the setting better so that you might be in a better position to be smarter, to make a better decision, to take a different action because you know more about context. When you hear or say, it depends, follow up. Try to figure out a little bit more about context. It'll make you smarter. And lastly, ask yourself this: what don't I know? See, lots of times we find ourselves in situations, we operate automatically. We don't think about what we don't know. We think about what we do see and what we do know, and we move forward from there. But if we want to be smarter and understand context better, we need to ask ourselves, what don't we know? And then go find that out. None of this means that we can't make some decisions more quickly. What it means is we should be more intentional before we just take our first natural reaction. Because sometimes our first natural reaction will lead to unintended dominoes falling later, which we could solve by having more context, which simply means we're just a little bit smarter, a little bit wider. So then smartness or wisdom comes from using all of those perspectives so you can make different decisions or take a different action based on all of that. Let me close with today's remarkable reminder. The more context and perspective we have, the better decisions we can make and actions we can take. Listen, I hope you found this useful. At the start, I said I was going to tell you a little bit more about my new book, Flexible Leadership. You can learn all about it, and you can find out how to get a copy, even get a sample chapter by going to kevineikenberry.com/flexible. I hope you'll do that. kevineikenberry.com/flexible, and I hope you'll come back next week for more in this series. Another chance to join us for Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast.